Crazy people make for great entertainment. And who are the craziest people we know? Professional wrestlers. So we found the weirdest, the most bizarre, the craziest of the crazy, the mad showman, Chango Bronson, and we followed him around with a camera. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Chango Don't Show.
Where you going?
I'm going to watch the new Chango Don't Show. Just move out of the way.
Did you watch what happened last week?
No.
Watch this.
If it comes either me or the bossy's way, yes, capital. Now, what else does the chatty do have to say before we take one more look through the looking glass before the big reveal of the day? No. Take bad form. Very lowercase, old chap. Tried to crash the pod. Dad! You know, I gotta say, son, I really expected you to hit the second shot, man. You know, the over-under was 2 between me and the boys on if you were gonna hit it or not, and I put my money on you, man. The moral of the story is, when you've got the shot, don't miss.
Start. 2, 1, booster ignition, and liftoff.
Oh, I say, old chap, this is pretty fun. This is like the one ride I can handle at the, Elix's and the circus and the zoo. Perhaps a Chango single monkey paw gorilla press should do. All right, nerd. Let's see it. Prepare to fly. In space! In space! Oh, yes, you are. Ready? Oh, wow.
Okay.
That was a good one. Damn, we're spinning. Oh, wow. You clearly didn't come up with any answers or were very unhelpful. No wonder you're just... All right. Prepare for reverse thrustification. 3, 2, Excelsior! Excelsior! Ah! Oh. Oh. Old chap, I believe we have intersected with the moon. Yes, if my astrological navigational...
We're on the moon.
Yes.
My plan
the
worked.
moon. Yes. And one giant leap for mankind.
86.
Ta-da! Da 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 da. to the first ever cut. Not big enough. Pause for dramatic effect. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the moon! The Chango Don't Show has boldly gone where no other pro wrestling episodic show has gone before, good sir. For we have built a pro wrestling ring rocket ship, and we have ascended and descended upon the moon, nerds! Ta-da! They said Chango is crazy, but they're not wrong. No, they're not wrong. In fact, now we double down. Because Zamore, my partner in stellar crime, and my royal self are about to perform for the people the first ever pro wrestling match in space. The first ever pro wrestling match on the moon. The first ever rocket ship remote control on a pole match. So the winner can determine our next destination in space!
In space!
Capital! Well, without further ado, allow Chango to introduce to you the people standing at the size of a brick shithouse, weighing in earth weight 333 pounds, substantially less here on the moon. He is the succulator of opulence. He is the man that has the invisible space jacket. He is the Chango Don't Show head of research and development and brand manager, Madhouse. I give you Zamore!
Yes, thank you.
Yes. And his opponent, hailing from the Madhouse, here to show him a super serious sophisticuff thing or two, the maestro of the Madhouse, the mad showman, the conductor of this crazy train, it's me! Capital! You know, old chap, I have to say, it is an honor to partake in the first wrestling match in space!
In space!
Yes, capital.
Oh yes, likewise.
Well, without further ado, let's see what the old catch as catch can do, shall we?
Let's do this.
Oh, yes. Oh, this is so much different on the moon, old chap. Yes, look at it. Maybe you can swing me a bit. Ready?
Yes.
Wow! Yeah. Gravitastical, old bean. Maybe one more for the people. Whoa!
Oh, you virtually weigh nothing.
Virtually? How about this?
Whoa.
The first ever pro wrestling headlock in space!
In space!
Yes, capital. What do you
Brilliant.
say, old bean? Can't you retort?
But I
No.
an answer.
Oh! Proper counter.
Brilliant first head.
You know, not bad for the first ever hammerlock in space!
In space!
Oh, wait, I know the counter. Yes! Wait,
Oh.
second headlock in space!
In space!
Capital!
Yeah.
Yes. So what were you saying about light as a feather?
Oh yes. You're as light as
No,
feather.
come on. No, come on. No. You're just really standing there.
Yes.
It's that ineffective, eh?
Yes.
Oh, well, I have the solution. Oh! Third headlock in space!
In space!
Yes, capital.
Okay. All right.
No.
Chango,
No.
going for a ride. Ah!
Wow!
Whoa.
Talk about a counter to the shoulder tackle. Oh! Fourth headlock in space!
In space!
Uh-oh.
All right. Here we go.
Goodbye, Shark. Oh!
Yeah, let's go back. Yeah. Whoa. Whoa.
Capital! That was amazing, old bean. Look, we went at least 25 yards from the ring. I can't even.
Yes.
Oh! Oh. Lower cage!
And stay there.
No, old chap. This is far too much fun. I must insist the dance continues, good sir. Capital.
And stay down this time.
No, old chap. Cut. Take two, that'll never do. I'm afraid I must insist, old bean.
What?
No. Cut! I am sorry, old chap, but I'm afraid it's time to get super serious. I cannot allow you to ascend and retrieve the remote, old bean. I'm afraid I must give you the what for, good sir. On guard, I say.
Oh, you want to get serious? All right.
Line! Clothesline!
Yeah. Is that all you got?
I think I've got another drop. Kick!
That was amazing, Chango. That was one fantastic drop kick. I never felt like a cruiserweight before until now. Thank you for that. But I believe you made one crucial mistake. You see, you put me within arm's reach of victory, and there's nothing you can do from way over there to stop me now.
Oh, I beg to differ, sir. I believe I can stop you quite capitastically from right here. With a joke, as a matter of fact.
Did you say joke? Stop me with a joke? This has got to be good. Go ahead. Let me hear it.
What type of a line does Chango use to stop Jumbo from winning the first ever rocket ship control on a pole match in space?
In space.
Are you serious? What kind of line could possibly stop me?
Punchline! That actually worked, man. Capital. Ta-da! Oh. Now, how do I use this thing, old chap? I have to say, old chap, good form. Was a proper scrap this day. Now, how do I use this confounded thing?
You may have won this time, but just know we will go to Mars. When that day comes, gravity will be in my favor, and I will win.
Okay, so you want to go to Mars and show me how to work this confounded thing, and let's get on the good foot, as they say, and hit the red planet before before the balls close.
Wait, what?
What? Fourth button from the power.
Wait, let's slow down. You want to go to Mars?
Not particularly, no.
What was the whole point of this entire thing?
Oh, I just thought, it would be quite capitastical to have a good sportsman bout of an old Irish conversation, as they say, and you get your head in the game, proper sport, good form, put some stakes on the line, man. I know Zamore is a man of extreme abundance and opulence, yes. I figured if we made it a game, I could get a match out of you here in space!
In space!
And then we would, we'd get to where we were going anyway, but... Yes, we just wrestled on the moon, man! I just Superman punched you like I was actually Superman. I flew. Did you see that, man?
Yes.
I wonder what my vertical is in this quadrant of the moonosphere.
That was quite brilliant.
Yes, capital. I'm sorry about that whole jab.
Anyways,
Sometimes the punchline hits rather stiff,
to Mars we go, right?
To Mars we go.
Okay.
Capitastical, so show me how to work this thing.
I don't see red Mars button right there.
Oh, red Mars button. I thought that would be a little too obvious. All right.
Oh, it's quite
Notificators, activate, engage, Celsior, go! In space!
in space!
No. Cut. Take two. It's all wrong. Hard cam, darling. Hard cam Jones. That's right. Listen up, Twitchy News and Twitchy Debts. Suckers and suckettes. You're looking at Sophisticups Incorporated. Super serious Sophisticups. And you're watching the Chango Don't Show. The Chango Don't Show. You're all nerds. And suckers. Nerds and suckers! No. Cut. Looky, nerds. Chongo got the cookie. It's Rocky Mountain Pro referee and head nerdificator Joel Gessner. Here to show you nerds how to typey-do and find all the latest and greatest Rocky Mountain Pro merchandise on Amazon. You can also find it on Rocky Mountain Pro/merchandise and several other links that Chango don't know the typey-do to, but it will be in the comments below, it will be on the graphic below, it will be on the Rocky Mountain Pro website, it will be on the Chango Don't Show fan page. Ask a nerd about it. Oh, no, cut, go back to the Chango shirts, yes, we must show the people what they want to see. No, up, no. Yes, capital. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Chango Don't Show rocket ship remote control on a pole post-match press conference show in space.
In space, I'm still kind of upset about that, but...
You don't look it, man. You look capitastical.
Yes, thank you for noticing. Zamore has been upgrading while he's been out here in space.
Drip level 9,000.
Oh, thank you.
Capitastical. And a capitastical performance in the gravitastical environment here on the moon in space.
In space.
So before we engage with the press conference occasion, allow us to partake in some ceremonial libation. Zamore, old chap, I toast to you on this, the Chango Don't Show, episode 102, with the official Madhouse drinking game. Madhouse, enjoy, and we shall toast the same. Chango. Chango digresses. Chango. But the Chango digresses. Chango. As Chango. Chango digresses. Chango digresses. Chango digresses. Chango digresses. Chango. Wait, no, cut, take two. Chango, I'm a little disappointed in you, okay? To Earth, the planet of our birth, to Zamore, whose girth was no more here on the moon, and to Madhouse, we salute you. A Chango don't show bottoms up, as they say. Capital. Cheers. Yes. Sam Malone and all that. Capital. Now, as I was saying, welcome. Yes. You see our high-techification around here. Welcome to the first ever post-match press conference from the moon in space! In space! We will now go to our esteemed typification, chattificator panel to get your questions on the first ever pro wrestling match in space! In space! Yes. What do we got?
To hear what you have to say. So please, questions, comments, concerns. There must be some out there. I know you have them.
I don't have my phone on me, but I have a few concerns. But Chango digresses. What do we got? What does it say? What does it say? Who's the cheers, boys? Not many this week. My liver is good already. Yes. Capital. Okay. Well, let's start with. I have a question for Keyboard Warrior, the pilot at the helm of this pro wrestling ring rocket ship. First and foremost, good sir, I owe you a congratulations and apologification. Shango don't normally mince words, but sometimes the meat cleaver leaves a little something to be desired in terms of precision. And Chango is a bit hasty in glossing over your efforts to bring this pro wrestling rocket ship to the moon, to space! Space! And it was a joint effort by Zamore, my dear compadre in the ring, and you, good sir. You really did your nerdification thing, and on behalf of the entire Madhouse and the delegation of Changos, I tip my cap and I thank you, good sir.
Yes, thank you.
So that was my question.
Well, that was a very long-winded question there. I didn't quite catch all of it.
Well, it's because it was Jeopardy style. I had to phrase it in the form of an answer.
Huh.
That's how you do a question on Jeopardy. So what is the chat saying? I can't.
Somebody wants to ask Jumbo how does it feel to swim in space?
Oh, it feels amazing, especially when you're larger than life, like myself. You have a little bit more mass than other people. It felt amazing that for once I was light as a bird, as a fish, flying, swimming through an ocean.
Flying and swimming, yes. He's like a bird underwater.
Yeah.
You know what did not feel very capital? It was very lowercase. Was that landing on the jet? And if you ever watch it back, type of use, you'll notice that the camera had to take a cut, take two, because the gravity on the moon caused that bump to really reverberate throughout the technologification.
Well, I felt, no gravity, low, very, very low gravity, so I had to give it my all. I sometimes don't know my own strength here.
No, it's true. And I don't know my own strength on the moon, but I've got a few. What did you think of all the gravitastical pro wrestlification that just witnessed here in the Madhouse, typees? What's that? I can't read the color is all pomegranates. What does that say? Chango, how did that splash? It hurt, man. I mean, you know, you can tell when Chango is really hurting because he starts laughing. It goes back to a childhood trauma. I was handcuffed to a radio. No, cut. Chango digresses.
It's a kid's show, man. I mean,
Is it?
no, I don't know.
Why are you here? You are definitely TVMA, old me.
Oh, thank God.
All I'm saying is, if you were on Sons of Anarchy, you would not be a red shirt on Star Trek.
Oh, thank God. I was for a second here. I thought, I saw the colors and
Yes, that'll happen from time to time.
and Earth way over there.
No, it's way out there. You know, I have to say, old chap, it has been really interesting for this last week or so watching the Earth from in space.
In space.
Typey News, do you have any questions about space? It's quite capitastical. There's a lot of misconceptions out there, and we're eager to myth bust, as it were. What does the Typey News say?
Somebody wants to know if that's real gold Jumbo's wearing.
Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? You're talking to Zamora.
Zamora-
Everything I wear is real, of course. And that question, I feel like maybe it comes from a little bit of jealousy, a little bit of envy, but that's okay. That's what I expect.
Let's give the Typey News the benefit of the doubt, old bean.
Oh, yes, you're
They
right.
don't
You're right.
understand
You're
the
right.
power that is the circulator of opulence, that is the bearer of the mirror, that is Zamore.
That's right. That is right.
This man, I'll tell you, Typey News, the reality is, what's the word? Line! When you touch something and you make like something precious out of it.
Midas touch?
No, well, that's like a guy, but the thing when you do it, it's like, I'm feeding you the feed to feed me. It's like a fast break, man. I'm throwing you the ball to give me the alley-oop.
Can't Google.
Alchemist, damn it.
Alchemist.
He's an alchemist, man. This was like neon fuchsia at the some space fell over there. Oh no, don't cut away from that because it looks like we have a technical dysfunction out here with a black holification. Yeah, you're good. You're still on. Yes, off the rail. Anyway, Chango digresses. Where are we at? Punch.
Let's see. We had other questions. Since the ring is a spaceship now, what are you gonna name it?
That is a good question, Typey News. I tell you what. As Chango tends to shoot from the hip, as they say, I will put it up to the highest bidder in the Typey News.
That's right. So you can decide. All you have to do is show us what name you want. And you know what I mean.
We'll start the bidding at 300 sparkly number things.
Yes.
300 to get your foot in the door, to get your name on the bottle cracked on the ship of the pro wrestling ring in space.
In space.
Where are we at? Who wants to bid first on the right to name this glorious vessel of super serious sophistication and sophisticative combatification?
Yes, you've never seen any ship quite like this.
No, I
It's a
mean,
literally
you've never seen a ship.
canvas of battle designed into a spaceship.
If Bob Ross could go, cut. I have to. It's a high altitude up here, man. Woo! Big Bear's got nothing on this. Chango digresses. As I was saying, Typey News. Oh, the Total Eclipse Punchliners. We have an opening bid at Punchliners. 300. Do I hear 300 for Total Eclipse? Punchliners. I want a little more context. What is the total eclipse of your heart? Total eclipse of the sun? Total eclipse of the madhouse? Do I need to come up with a new move and a flippy-do for a flippy-don't? What are we doing here, Zamore? What is your thoughts on the total eclipse?
I do love Total Eclipse of the Heart. Reminds me a lot about my past.
Yes.
But we won't talk about that.
Well, we will at some point.
That's true, yes.
Glorious as it is. Yes.
Somebody, I think a punch lady wants to know, how can we hear you scream in space? Because in space no one can hear you scream.
You know what? Punch. Who said that? Punch lasers.
Punch lasers, yeah.
Punch lasers, let me tell you, there's a lot of misnomers here in space. First of all, the climate is quite capital. I'd say it was a pretty hot day in Denver from what I understood, but you know, here on the moon, it was like, what, like 71-ish?
Yeah.
With some solar winds,
Sometimes
right?
it can get a little hot.
It was a little hot, you know, the
Depends
ground.
which side, I guess, you are on the moon.
Yes, you know.
But, you know,
But-
you can't judge it till you've been out
Yeah.
there.
It's like listening to George Bush lecture you about smoking weed. You don't want to talk to somebody or hear someone's opinion who's never gone down that rabbit hole. Have you ever been in space? Has the person who gave you that information ever been in space? No. But has Chango and Zamore and Keyboard Warrior been in space?
In space.
Case, point, checkmate, nerds.
Yes.
Yes,
We're
capital.
here.
Next, we are here. We are breathing the rarefied air. I think it's a scare tactic, or those guys just didn't have good cardio back in the day. I don't know. They hadn't invented elliptical technology.
Yes, I'm not sure. It's old technology. You
Old
watch the
tech,
videos.
old tech. Yes, yes. No, lowercase, lowercase. In space.
In space.
So right now the leading vote is total eclipse at 300. Do we have any final bidders to counteract the namification of the total eclipse?
I think it may be total eclipse. We'll give it a minute and see what.
Someone
what
will say
it
the
is.
stars are brighter in space.
Of course they are.
Yes. I mean, look at me. Ta-da! And look at
This star. Seriously, this is as close you're gonna get to the sun as you can without burning up. So eat your hearts out. Come on.
Although Chango digresses, because speaking of getting close to the sun, I know that once we get the get up and go, countdown, boosty, and rock and roll, and we leave the moon and we head towards high noon, which from our current orbital position is Mars,
Yes.
our next destination, where we will have your contractual obligation rematch
Yes. Yes.
in a gravitastical situation that benefits the succulator of opulence.
Wait. I mean, it's a greater challenge for you, the way I see it. You're always looking for a challenge, always looking to climb the mountain.
You know me,
So
old
I
man.
figured I'd do you a favor, and I would stack the deck against you, as they say,
Yes, yes, yes.
and see if you prevail.
The deck is rather stacked. Chango shall be fighting from underneath off his back, and we shall have our rematch of the first ever pro wrestling rocket match in space!
In space!
On Mars, where the gimmick of the match is gravity, if you haven't figured that out, nerds. On the moon, you know, we were lighter than our Earth weight. On Mars, the gravity is like what? So if you're 333 Earth pounds, you're gonna be like what? What did we decide? Like 555 pounds on. So it's like 2/3 more.
Half a ton.
And anyone at NASA that says that that's not the case is lying because they haven't been there before us.
Yes.
So take our word for it. So yes, the gravity will be in your favor, but I am pre-invoking this double reverse red herring rematch clause right now in case you win. If Zamore, the succulator of opulence, wins the rematch on Mars, then the trilogy shall be completed. The rubber match, the hottest match in the history of the Milky Way, shall take place at the only venue it appropriates. We shall have the third match of our trilogy on the sun, good sir.
Son.
If you can beat me in Mars, and you know, we can eke out that third pay-per-view, as it were, you know.
Oh, man, the sun.
That's why the heat, yes. Anyway, what's it? That's Zamore. He would weigh 1,200 pounds on Mars.
Yes.
Yeah, gravity's 3.7.
I would
Holy
crush anybody I step on.
Dude, what do I weigh on Mars then? That's not fair. I mean, how am I supposed to lift that though, bro?
Life isn't fair, my
1,200 pounds type of news. You see, I like dropped my accent. That's so heavy. I had to pick up 1,200 pounds.
What do you like?
But
I weigh about 240, 233 on a light day. You know, if I've like been doing my cardio and been, you know, vicious on my fitness, as they say. Yes, yes.
you know, I believe in you so much. I think I think that you might be able to pull it off.
Pull what off, man? A hernia? I mean, 1,200 pounds. I don't think
But
I've
who
ever.
knows? You know, the
okay.
extra weight might add to the strength.
Yes.
And depending on what you weigh, maybe about 850.
850. Oh,
know,
big muscles.
you're not
Oh,
that
I
far
work
behind,
out
right?
at Earth, but now we're in space. In space.
In space.
So we have a super heavyweight collision coming to you. Our rematch will be from Mars. So we will now go into the final stages of bidding on the opportunity to name the pro wrestling rocket ship. Are there any other bidders? Oh,
There is. 400.
400, the Madhouse Meteor.
Uh-oh.
That is actually quite capitastic.
Very creative. I like it.
Yes.
Well,
What do you say, Typey Doos? It looks like the ante has been upped, as they say.
yes. So if there's anyone else out there, maybe you would like a rebuttal. Whoever voted first, you have your chance.
I suppose we should allow the voting to commence until the go-home segment.
That's right. Yes.
Does that sound
Yes,
like a
that's fair.
reasonable sporting thing to do? Good
Yes.
form and all
You
that?
have
Yes,
till
it
the
is.
end of the night.
The end of the show, Typey Doos to give it a go, and then we will go home with whatever name throws the biggest rope. Now, Chango digresses because at this time I'm going to completely switch gears. As you know, the fourth wall doesn't exist on the Chango Don't Show, in the Madhouse, in the delegation of Chango's fractured psyche, and in space!
In space.
So, sometimes things don't chronologically, fit the niche, as they say. We're going to go to right now a completely different alternate Changoverse timelineification. Because while this show is the only episodic pro wrestling weekly show whose DNA is sex, drugs, and rock and roll, we are also a pro wrestling stylized homage to the 80s action movie genre.
Oh yes. Non-stop explosions and action and suspense waiting around the corner. You never know what you're gonna get.
And puns and one-liners.
Yes.
Yes, and abs.
Oh yes, plenty of abs.
And lasers and nunchucks and heavy metal, man, and
Space.
bad guys and space.
Space.
Okay, so what we are going to go to now is to our alternate Changoverse reality peeping hole. The hole in the wall of the fabric of time and space. In space! And Chango now presents to you the Chango Don't Show Action Movie Chapter 2, Great Balls of Fire, Part 1.
This is gonna be good.
Oh, I think so. I hope so. I mean, hopefully Chango knew what he was doing and put this together. Dun da da dun dun da da dun dun dun. Da da. Da 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 da. Ta-da!
It is crazy to me and unbelievable how you can charge that thing up with so much power and you can barely sing.
I say, barely sing. Not everyone is gifted with the perfect pitch, as they say, like your young royal self. Not everyone has as finely attuned an ear. However, I am a fantastic verbal performer, thank you very much. And I will have you know another thing, good sir. It's not what you say, but how you say it. And yo daddy says it with style. Sweet wayward child of mine, I know you've been practicing. The reason I can charge a microphone with such veracity is because it's not about the notes, Daddy, but how you play them. In this universe, in this Chango-verse, multi-timeline conundrum on top of a comic book that we currently reside, there is a thing that some would call a force. Here we call it the it factor. And what your daddy does on a microphone is the same as what you do with the 6-string axe in your hand. Focus. Channel your inner it factor, your inner rock star, young sir. Show me what you can do.
D major 7.
Capital.
B suspended 2.
Capitastical double up. What else have you got, Old Bean?
E minor 7. Alright, 3 for 3, not bad. Let's see.
Proper.
C minor flat 7, major 9.
Well, that certainly was a cut, take 2.
It's hard.
This time, with style, darling.
A major 7. Not that bad.
Ta-da! Capitastical face meltification. You really brought the heat with the old 6-string axe today, young sir.
Yeah. Speaking of hot, actually, what I learned last night was if I tune this down to drop D.
Okay. Drop D, you say?
If I play some sort of
Rock and roll, yes, capital. Oh,
you can see it, yeah.
when did you figure this out, man?
I don't know, I just got really bored.
It's hot. Okay, well, yes. Bring the heat, young sir.
See, that's the problem. It doesn't quite, I'm not quite there yet.
Well, you know, it takes a time to acquire a new element to bend to one's will. The mistress of rock and roll can be a painful one. However, I think you are well on your way. For you have learned a new hot lick this day. Capital! Yes, young sir, I must concur. Your progression is fantastic. In nay a fortnight, you have progressed so immeasurably. It is capital to watch you grow into the artist that you will one day be.
Yeah, I mean, it's really fun to do. It's crazy. I mean, just you get bored at times like these.
Get down.
I know this is another one of your training camp things. I'm not gonna fall for it.
Get down, man!
Oh, nice jacket.
Yes.
Oh, as a man of style, I'm always proud when you show it's beautiful. I have words I don't know what to say.
Yes. You know, words cannot describe the stylistic artistification of the head and founder of the House of Chango fashion line. This is my latest creation, Typey Doos. And as you saw in episode 2, as Junior showed Daddy a thing or two with the fire, he brought the heat. So okay, let's work this out a little bit. So his spirit animal weapon is a laser guitar that your uncle, the fairy godfather bestowed upon him on his 5,000th moon. I'm sorry, too soon. I apologize.
Go on. Go on.
Chango digresses. I'm sorry. Sore subject, you know. But, yes, isn't that what I said? That's why you keep it. That's a jungle we want to fall to the ground and keep the other things running. But Chango digresses. He had the innate gift of shooting lasers with the metal riff, right?
Yes.
But then he figured out on his own that if he went to like a drop D or whatever his tunification was and played some like rock and roll, you know, old school, man. I'm talking, you know, like wrecking hotel rooms and, you know, no cell phone evidence back in the day, old chap. He played some capital rock and roll and the fire came out. I think only one man in the galaxy is hot enough to be able to facilitate the evolution of said skill set for Chango Jr. So we shall see more on that in the future. But for now, old chap, before we ascend to Mars, what does the Typee dudes have to say?
Well, it looks like we have some more by Dishonored Ware, more diamonds.
Diamonds?
We love diamonds as well, not just gold.
They're like shiny. Do they have more diamonds on the moon? Do you think there's like, we haven't spent much time.
Yes, we could always dig and find out.
You know, I propose, old bean, that when we get to Mars, we capitalize on the capitalistic capital opportunity in front of us and do a little exploration, as they say.
Oh, yes. I do love exploring and finding new ways to help the world, you know.
Yes, yes. I know that you have a charitable spirit and always thinking about the little man.
Yes.
Yes.
Always.
What does the Typee dudes got?
Wants to know if you saw any aliens in space.
Aliens, well, you know, it's classified so far, but there has been, let's just say that the aliens have not entered the sphere of our attention at this time. But we have started a long episodic journey in space, and such a thing is not out of the question, in my opinion, old bean. What do you think?
We're explorers, so we're gonna go through space, you know, and come in contact with other beings, of course.
I assume so. One would assume so. Yes, yeah.
And hopefully turn them over to our cause. I mean, help them.
What's our what? Yes, help them. Okay, wait. That's quite a swing, Olja. I say we just challenge them to a bout of super serious fisticuffs. Maybe, you know, a promo contest or two. See what kind of stuff they're made of.
Yes, that's a better idea.
Well, no, you know, everything's on the table in space. In space. So speaking of space, what does the Typee dudes have to say? Have we? Yes, we shall. Yes.
Yes.
We will definitely do that. Lord Yaden, capital to see you in the Typee dudes.
Yes, thank you for blessing us with your presence.
Yes, the fealty has been declared, the knee has been bent, the sword has been, you know, draped over the ears, as it were. Good sir, we are here in space.
In space!
In space! Boldly going where no one has been stupid enough to go before.
But we have the power and the ability, so we can do whatever we want.
We can do whatever we want. That is pretty much the gist, old bean.
Yes.
We have occupied the moon the last, you know, what, fortnight or third quarter?
Yes.
And we are now headed to our next destination, Mars. Where we shall partake in our glorious rematch for the second ever pro wrestling match in space!
In space! But technically, it won't be in space. It'd be on a planet. Just different from Earth.
Okay, so that's like a weird, like, little nuance, right? Like, if something happens on another planet, let's say, do you consider that, like, in space? Like, obviously, if something happens on Earth, we're from Earth, we've never been anywhere else, we're going to assume this is, like, not in space. But if something happens on Mars, and you've like never left Earth like most of, the typey dudes. They haven't had the opportunity to ride aboard the working title pro wrestling ring rocket ship. They haven't seen what we've seen, man. They haven't left the ozone.
That's right.
And so,
To the people out there, they wouldn't understand. So yes, we have to.
and to be fair, I didn't understand until we ascended orbit, right? And now that we have this opportunity to grow and learn and see new things. I don't know if from my old perspective, if I would have called it in space what happened on Mars.
Yes.
Maybe. What do you say, typey dudes?
That sounds like some stuff I would bring up. I mean, I'm really on Zamori's side here.
So you think that space is Mars or no?
No, space is this space in between Mars and.
So if something happens on Mars, you wouldn't call that in space?
I would
I mean,
probably.
Can you appear? Can you like thought bubble yourself in our? Yes. Oh, let's slide over. Let's make thirds. There we go. Yes, the man in the mirror, ladies and gentlemen. The quarterback at the helm under center. The man behind the giant wheel of the pirate ship that is the Chango Don't Show Pro Wrestling rocket ship working title to be determined by the highest bidder. But Chango digresses. Keyboardy old chap. What are you getting at with that? What is your implication here?
No, I'm just saying, what Zamori is saying sounds like the right thing to me.
Of course it's right. I'm always right.
Well,
I'm not disagreeing.
it's semantics, man. I mean, if what happens on Mars, is that in space, or because it's on, like, we're on the moon right now, that doesn't, no one is refuting the fact that we are in space.
Lord Yaden is right. It would be on Mars.
But if by that logic, if everything that happens on Mars is in space, then everything that happens on Earth is also in space.
Yes, but not if you're on Earth. That's what I said before. I said if you're on Earth, what happens on Earth is not in space because it's on Earth.
But if you're on Mars doing it, then you can't say you're on Mars doing it in space.
But the people on Earth can say in space.
They can say in space.
Pretty much, Chango's point is this: if we're not on Earth, we're in space. I don't care what atmosphere we have breached, what planetary, celestial, whatever thingy we end up at. We're in space, man. We're on a rocket ship.
Sure. Yes, we're
Right? I mean,
we're in space.
I know my logic is almost as blinding as your outfit, old chap.
I said you signed the check, so I agree.
Oh, capital. Speaking of signing the checks, Lord Yaden, capital to see you in the typey dudes. The logic means that on Earth we're doing things in... Technically, we are doing things in space on Earth. We're like on a flying... some would call it a frisbee. Chango calls it like a basketball. It's like... We're like that game-winning shot by Kawhi Leonard in the... going around the rim before we drop. We got like 6 million years, billion or whatever, to the sun. Anyway, Chango digresses. Enough space math for this week.
Yes. Logic does not compute. It looks like you short-circuited Lord Yaden.
That'll happen. I mean, don't try to, it's hard to follow the Harlem Globetrotter verbalification of the alley-oop through the hoop. En net, as they say. Yes, we are on our way to Mars. We are reconfiguring our blast-off trajectory. Keyboarding is hard at work at the helm, preparing our calculations to be perfect.
Yes, because nothing can stop us from getting to our destination. And we will discover what we need to find to bring back to Earth and conquer.
To the people!
I mean, the people, yes.
Yes,
The people.
conquer. No,
The people.
Explore, excavate. I'll ask you this, Zamori Old Bean. What are your thoughts on the possibility of ancient civilizations on Mars? What if we find a authentic relic, old man?
Oh, that's what it would change everything. Imagine we find proof that a civilization existed on Mars.
A civilization on Mars?
Yes, and we will be the heroes. We shall write the history that Mars had life.
Yes, and we gotta like plan some stuff out, because what if we end up in like an Indiana Jones Temple of Doom situation where we have to like switch a bag of sand for an ancient relic that like starts the reactor on Mars that grows the ozone, and we like terraform like on Total Recall with Arnold Schwarzenegger? With the weight differential, we're gonna need a big bag of sand, man, to like pull that maneuver off and then exit stage right post haste.
We must go watch all movies on Mars.
On Mars?
Study real hard and understand how it works.
Okay.
And how to be able to overcome all those obstacles.
If only there was an expert on such things about ancient alien civilizations on Mars and whatnot, and the like subject, maybe we could get a little bit of further insight before we go on the proverbial excavation.
Yes, let's check it out. Hit the books, Discovery Channel, History Channel.
Yes.
I'm sure there's a show that we can learn everything we need to know about Mars.
I hope so, old chap, because we are headed that way, and I'm gonna take my shovel and go in the dirt and play. Hopefully we can find some like pyramids or some crazy like Anunnaki remnants.
Yes, that would change everything. I mean,
How long would it take to get to Mars? How long do you think it would take to get to Mars, old bean?
I would say without power, a couple of days, maybe a week tops. I don't know.
You know,
But
Chango don't wear a watch, and what is time anyway? Time is a calculation based on a fraction of rotating around the sun on a celestial body that we do not currently occupy, good sir.
so
We are on a different time, man.
time is different. Yes.
Time is different.
Well, I guess we can't predict the time. We can't say how long it will take us, but
I would say we will probably be landing on Mars roughly 1 week from now, next Wednesday at 9:30 on Twitch. Or if we're not, we'll be setting up the teaser for the following week. One or the other. So I'd say about 1 hour short of 7 days from now, Earth time, possibly double that.
yes, that's right. Like,
Woo!
yeah,
Yes.
yes, 1 week from now.
You know, these jackets are quite stiff on the old, third rock from the sun's red-headed stepbrother.
But
You know, I've always wondered, like in space movies, when they say it takes a week to get there,
Yeah.
and they're all aliens, they're not part of our planet or anything. How long is their day they're talking about?
You know, that is a plot hole that really needs to be addressed. Yeah, right? Like, yeah, totally. Like, you're a Klingon, man. What is a day to you, you know?
Right. I mean,
yeah, their planet could have been different because not as
Like, maybe
not
they don't even
20,
keep time in the
360 days
same
in a rotation.
way that we do.
Yes.
Right. So, like, how do you know how old you are?
I don't know, man. I think that's a really good, question of the underpinnings. The depth of thought that goes into such things. What do you think, Typey-Doo? Is time a manufactured construct here at the old third rock from the sun?
They should know. They spend all their time Googling things and whatnot.
Google,
You're
yes.
talking about a nomad, Chango?
A nomad would know what. What did you see? All the tapes were destroyed. That part of my life has been sealed. The component. What? Never mind. We're on. What? Typey-Doo. Time is. Yes, I agree. Time is a man-made man. Punch lasers. You're pretty on the ball, old chap. I like the cut of his jib.
Yes. But what are you, Punch Lasers? Are you a man or not? And if you are, then unfortunately, you follow man's law. And so time is something you must respect.
Yes. Unless you come in space!
In space!
So it appears we are reaching the old Iggy for the go home, as they say. So before we prepare to close out the show, where did we end up on the auction for the namification of the starship vessel that we currently occupy?
Looks like the Dishonored Whaler has it with 400 for the Madhouse Meteor.
Madhouse Meteor, okay. Madhouse Meteor going once. Final offer, 400, what is it? Sparkle
Bits.
coins?
Bits.
Sparkle biddy dues. 400 biddy dues going once. 400 biddy dues going twice. Final opportunity to name the first ever pro wrestling rocket ship in space!
In space. And it looks like
Sold! Wait, line!
new name.
New name!
The Chango
Madhouse.
Madhouse Meteor.
Madhouse
That is the name
Meteor,
of
yes.
This ship.
Capital.
Yes, congratulations to Dishonored Whaler.
Dishonored. Perhaps you shall regain that honor someday soon. This was a important achievement unlocked on that journey towards that redemption honorification.
Yes, but it is our time to go.
Well,
We have work to do.
yes, keyboardy, old chap. Is there anything else you have to say to the people?
No, I'm good. Do I need anything else for you for that?
No, you're fine. Yeah, that's good. Two-sentence answer really keeps the show moving, old chap. Typey Doos, it was a pleasure. We shall maneuver next week. Episode 103. The pro wrestling rocket ship that is Line.
The Madhouse Meteor.
The Madhouse Meteor shall descend from our current position here on the moon and transverse and travel and bring you the every, what's the term, the captain's log. The captain's log on the journey from here to Mars, right? I mean, that's pretty much what we're going to do, right? We're going to get to Mars. We're going to have the rematch. We're going to do some archaeological excavation on the Red Planet and determine if Ancient Alien, that whole gimmick is legit or if it's just a work. A work or a shoot will be determined next week.
Yes, I can't wait.
I can't wait either. Madhousey do, a proverbial tip of the cap to you. Thank you for joining us for the first ever pro wrestling.
First ever? Yes.
Line!
First ever match.
First ever pro wrestling match in space!
In space!